Hello students, this is lecture number 9 for physics. So in this lecture we are going to cover area vector and concept of electric field, Gauss theorem. See, area vector. The area of surface is a vector quantity which has magnitude as well as direction. So the surface under consideration may be plane or may be curved. If the surface is plane surface, then the area vector is represented by delta S vector, and the length of vector delta S shown its magnitude. It always directed normally outward to the surface. So if we find out the magnitude of this area vector, so delta S equal to mod of delta S vector n cap. This n cap is a unit vector which shows the direction of area vector and which is always perpendicular to the normal to the surface. Now see the next topic, electric flux. So electric flux is the measure of the electric field through a given surface, or we can say the electric flux linked with the surface is an electric field is equal to the total number of lines of force passing normally through the surface. So, or we may say electric flux is the rate of flow of the electric field through a given area. So as we can see in this diagram, the number of field lines crossing area element when the area element is kept perpendicular will be, or electric flux will be E into delta S, or if the area vector is not perpendicular, then the number of flux is phi equal to E delta S cos theta, where that angle theta is the angle between electric field lines, direction of electric field lines, and the area vector, angle between the direction of field lines and area vector. Now if we see the simple formula of electric flux, that is it is the product of the magnitude of electric field and the surface area A, and this is the vector quantity E and E vector dot A vector, and when we remove this vector we will get EA cos theta. Here this theta is the angle between the electric field and area vector. Now next topic is Gaussian surface. A Gaussian surface is an imaginary surface enclosing a charge such that the electric flux is perpendicular to each point on the surface. As we can see in this surface, this charge is covered by this Gaussian surface. This Gaussian surface is such that in which the electric field lines always perpendicular. So the concept of Gaussian surface helps in evaluating the electric field intensity due to a symmetric charge distribution. See the Gauss theorem. The statement of Gauss theorem is the surface integral of the electric field intensity over any closed hypothetical surface, that we can say Gaussian surface, is free space is equal to 1 by epsilon naught times through the net charge. If the net charge is q, that means the electric flux phi is equal to q by epsilon naught. That means 1 by epsilon naught times of the net charge. This q should be q net, means net charge of the surface, or we can say phi is equal to surface integral of E del S, or 1 by epsilon naught summation of I equal to 1 to n qi, means net charge. Now see the proof of Gauss theorem for any symmetrical surface. So as we can see, the flux for a small surface ds is d phi is equal to E delta S. So the electric field intensity is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square r cap. R cap represents the direction of electric field intensity, and ds n cap, this n cap represents the direction of area vector. Now as we can see, the direction of area vector of this surface and electric field is same, so we'll get the angle between both the quantities 0 degree, so cos 0 is equal to 1. Now we'll get d phi is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q ds by r square. By integrating it, we'll get the net flux through this surface. The net flux phi equal to surface integral d phi. Now this is the constant quantity, total charge 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught of the constant quantity, the surface integral of ds. So this type of small ds element will combine to form a surface area of this sphere. Now surface area of a sphere, as we know, 4 pi r square. This 4 pi and this 4 pi cancel, r square and r square cancel, so we'll get q by epsilon naught. Therefore we get phi equal to 1 by epsilon naught times q net. This is the required result for electric flux. So this is all about today's lecture. Thank you.